for joining us on another episode of Sports Wave Monday.
Yes,
This is your producer, Byron. I got Mauricio alongside.
What's good? How we doing,
man?
everybody? We're doing good, man. We just had an eventful day with the crew, and we're here to culminate it with a good podcast.
It was a really good day.
We got our host too.
We got our host Enzo in the building. What's up, bro?
What up?
Looking down.
And we got Manny in the building. How you doing, bro? Chilling.
We're getting he took a vow of silence after the last shot.
For sure. But we're gonna start off with some waves
Let's
real
get
quick.
it rolling.
And what's going on this weekend is that the Dodgers are rolling, 10-4, and they beat the Padres. They went 2 out of the 3 in the series, so they lost 1. But there were some fights in the stands this weekend, man. And San Diego doesn't like LA, but it's safe to say that the Dodgers won on and off the field, y'all. And Enzo's repping that LA hat real good, so
Did you say 10-4?
yeah, they're 10-4.
They're 12-4.
Or 12-4. Cool.
Sick.
When I checked this morning, it was 10-4.
Well, they
Cool.
played 2 games, bro.
Shit, that's good. You know that happens sometimes when there's a game that they have to get delayed. They'll play back-to-back games
The same day.
the same day. Yep,
It's
that's
not
happened before.
back-to-back games. That's more like the same day games.
Back-to-back games in the same day.
I feel like back-to-back feel more like to basketball because it's like the next day. But it's crazy how baseball players be like, "Nah, motherfuckers, y'all gotta finish this."
In the same day, and then they'll have like the
It's
first
like a morning game, and then the other one's like an afternoon game.
The first baseman will pitch and shit too, because they'll like run out of other pitchers and stuff.
That's wild.
So yeah, that's what's going on with them right there. The Dodgers had, like I said, the fans in the stands were going at it. I saw this one where it was like 2 against 2, right? 2 Dodgers versus two Padres, and they were going at it. And at some point, one of the Padres guys just decides to go after one of the other guys, and he just leaves himself open, and he gets just decked in the middle of the face, bro. It was pretty epic, yo. I don't know if you guys saw that one at all.
Yeah,
Posted it
saw
on
the video on that, yeah.
on the current. So for y'all listening, it's a LA Sports post on Instagram, by the way. But we also had Tyson Fury fight over the weekend. Did you check that out, Enzo?
I did not. We were having my daughter's birthday, bro.
Oh, for real?
Well, he knocked out the guy.
Yeah.
I
That's
was
what
mentioning it to Izzy, but
He knocked out the guy, and then after that, he announced that he was retiring officially.
Francis Ngannou went up there. After.
Yeah, and he said that it would be nice to see a fight between both of them.
So we'll see what happens.
See who the
I
baddest
mean,
Murafuka is.
But at the same time, you brought up a valid point that you weren't seeing like the major sports, broadcasters talk about it.
Yeah, because
And it kind of seems like Dana
want
White's
that.
like, nah, don't broadcast this. We don't need that.
I mean, ESPN didn't cover it for something like, all the independent MMA guys were covering it, but not even the boxing. And I feel like it might be because it's not realistic. It might be because the fact, I don't know, bro. It might be
I mean, if we see that fight, I'm a Francis Ngannou fan, but I still think Tyson takes it.
I mean, it's just boxing.
Yeah.
I feel like the only guy that really had an opportunity to probably knock somebody out.
But have you guys heard the interesting new rules that they're trying to make for it? Hybrid rules where it's going to be MMA gloves in a boxing ring. So there's little things that you can say that might sway towards.
No, bro, that would
towards
in my
anyone's
opinion,
favor.
In my opinion, that's actually gonna
That's going to favor Tyson.
Tyson, bro.
Yeah.
Lighter gloves. He knows where to hit you. He knows buttons, bro. And I feel like it can also help him, but remember, he's swinging up.
Mm-hmm.
So I see maybe a Superman.
And at the same time, he's
punch
way more
happening.
tactical.
That'd be
than
crazy if he knocks him
Ngannou
out
is.
with a Superman punch, though.
Yeah.
He just times it right. Hey, bro. Nah,
Tyson is more technical
of course, but
than Ngannou.
anywho, there's
Anything's possible.
anything is possible. Speaking of them, they just eliminated the.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But before we get to that, Enzo, you had brought up something that we should talk about real quick, and it's about this athlete that ended up committing suicide because she was just dealing with a lot of stress from schoolwork,
and all
work,
that,
her athletics, everything. So if you want to go into depth into that,
I didn't really. I just I sent you guys the thing, but I didn't really go in depth. I just read the headline that it said right there that she was overstressed, too much things going on. And
What sport was she
personally
playing?
know- That's what I was looking at for right now. Actually, to be honest with you,
Was she a college student?
I think she went to USC. What did I send it to you guys? I don't know why it's not there
Yeah.
anymore.
Wisconsin track, cross country track, track runner.
Wisconsin.
Sarah
She was
Schultz.
21.
Why is it
Announced
on
on
yours and
April
not on
15th.
mine? That's weird.
Sarah took her own life, the family said. Balancing athletics,
Yeah, she-
academics, and the demands of everyday life overwhelmed her in a single desperate moment. Like you, we are shocked and grief stricken while
Yeah, that's what I was reading.
while holding on tightly to all that Sarah was. So yeah,
And the reason why I shared it was because I have a friend that I have a client that's playing football in Germany right now actually, and he's turned his life around because he dealt with depression and life really hit him hard when he was playing for Washington State. So he even went national because he stepped away from football, being I think a 3-5 star, something like that. He's like highly recruited player. And the fact that he stepped away from Washington State, Isaiah Woods, and he recuperated now, and now he got his mental health straightened out with himself, and he really healed, and now he's playing football in Germany. So it's dope to see him get to that height, but it also saddens me that there's not a lot of people, or there's other athletes out there that don't have the opportunity to get themselves out of the black hole that athletics, life, balance, family.
That's because we're not taught to talk about it. You know.
I feel like as an athlete, you're so competitive that you can't show weakness.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody's your rival.
Right, and then at the same time,
And then the moment that they get whiff that,
I feel like, you know what sucks, that in her case, it almost feels like, especially for a woman, sometimes women in sports sometimes are living through somebody else. So it could be a father or their mother that
could be putting that
it's
pressure.
that it's like, I need you to do what I couldn't do. You know what I'm saying? And like
that's kind of like Magic's thing, where he said he found out that his dad was such a great basketball player, and you know,
and then he had kids.
He was like, I had to stop being a basketball player because I had to support you guys.
Exactly.
You know, but the difference being that Magic's dad never put that pressure on him and never even told him. He found out because he went to his dad's side of the family,
right?
And they were the ones that told him.
But I feel like it was also the fact that once he became who he became, because remember, he became Magic out of high school, I think.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like when he's got that type of spotlight on you at a high school level in those days, where it's just newspapers and stuff, that imagine your family reading the news, and then you're like, okay, let me go to a barbecue or something, like family gathering, and they tell you all this history about your family, about your father.
Yeah, but see, that's what I'm saying, is that his dad never put that pressure on him.
He didn't, because, like I said, he remember in the thing, he says that his dad ran a business, and it was just.
By the way, the thing that Enzo's talking about, he's talking about They Call Me Magic, that just came out on Apple TV, and we're also talking about Winning Time, which was on HBO Max, just to give some context.
But it's just crazy because, you know, he, even though he didn't have the pressure from his father, he got it from the fact that he got that Magic name at a young age.
The label. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, and then like even how.
But this is to wrap it up to what your point was, right?
That's Magic. That's the fact that he was able to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like
my boys, Isaiah Zay. He to see him where he's at, and then to see this news today, I just had to think about him, because I'm blessed and we're fortunate, and it's also sad to me that, you know, Sarah didn't make it past 2021. You know what I'm
21,
saying?
yeah, she had her whole life ahead of her.
And she was a beautiful girl, bro. Like, that's what's crazy. It's just like, she was very pretty. To go out like that, it sucks, man.
Yeah.
If anybody out there, man, you need to talk to somebody, hit me up, man. I'm here. If the guys on the podcast are here, we'll pray for you. You know what I mean? Like, you're not out there if you're an athletic guy. If you're doing whatever, you know, if you just need to talk to somebody and you're having those thoughts, there's also numbers that publicly you can call, 1-800-SUICIDE and all that. But if y'all need to reach somebody personally,
it's always important to talk.
You know
Never
what I'm
bottle
saying?
it in.
I feel like just what we did today was good for our mental health. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
just get away from
all the BS. My brother just said, "Hey, man, just what are you doing Monday?" And I was like, He's like, "Are you busy all day?" And I was like, "You know what? Let me see if I can make it happen." And I'm glad that I made it happen, bro. That we
able to decompress.
Yeah, bro, that was dope to hit that ball. So our huevos, that was dope.
Yeah.
Tell us about the UFC. What's going on, man?
Before we get to that, though, I just want to. I mean, it's kind of relating to that. But when you guys think about the Los Angeles Coliseum, what's the first thing that comes to you guys' mind, like to your head?
USC.
What about you, Manny?
Olympics.
Olympics, cool. What about you, Byron?
Yeah, USC red and orange, right?
Yellow.
The
Yellow.
one thing that comes to my head is that the last time the Lakers had a Laker parade, it ended at the Coliseum, and they had made like a full court there and everything, and it's just I got to work there last week, and there's just so much history there, and just to see that like the first Super Bowl went down there, the Dodgers used to play there, like you guys said, USC, so many things that have transpired through that, like during
Also
that,
the Olympics, right?
the Olympics have been there a couple of times actually. We're talking about the dog with Magic. He talks about a time where like Jerry Buss tells him to come through a USC game at the Coliseum, and I saw it, and I'm like, damn, that looks so different from what I was just working at. And just going to the UFC, like, it just makes me think like, man, that would be dope to like have an event there, like for the UFC. You know what I mean? Like, because it's just like, you know how we
They
think
could
about.
definitely
You
fill
think,
it out.
hell yeah! You think about the classic Roman Coliseum and what it was used for, and I know Manny always refers to it when we watch the UFC. Like, it would be
That's
such
what
a
it
dope
is.
setting, you know what I mean, to like for it to be there, an event there. But I think what turns them off is the fact that it's an outdoor event. You know what I mean? What do you guys think about that?
You don't think they've had an outdoor event? Isn't the
I
Dubai
don't
the
think so.
one in
Dubai? No, it was in
It's
the state-
indoor.
indoor.
It was-
Everybody thought
it
that it
was
was
like a
gonna actually
tent.
be like
right on the sand
on the sand. Nah, bro. Etihad, the stadium is a fucking stadium, bro. That's like a legit stadium.
Oh, I thought it was like.
Yeah, UFC's
I-
always
It would've
out
been dope.
indoors.
Everybody
Remember
thought that it was gonna be
one
like
of the ones
that.
that Khabib fought. You could feel the wind come through it, and they were saying all that.
Nah,
Nah, it's always been indoor.
Etihad Stadium. I'll put it up right now so you can see it.
They had
It's
like
that hot to that where I wouldn't.
Yeah,
doubt,
no,
you know, where
they got to
have
do it
private
indoor.
reclining.
But they had like for the promo is probably the one you're talking about,
no.
where they had that octagon set up on the beach.
No, I remember.
And that was just for the
I remember
promo.
Yeah, just for
watching.
the promo.
I remember no for sure, but I remember watching a pay-per-view and they were saying that they must have had the doors open. It was something where I heard them saying that you could feel the wind come through it.
So you can see it right there. If you can see behind me as well, yeah.
Can you pick an image though? Not that one though. That was like.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. And I'll-
Indoor entertainment venue built on the stunning waterfront of Yas Island at Abu Dhabi's Leisure and Holiday. So yeah, it's a full indoor stadium. There's I don't even know if it opens up. I'm trying to see about if there's anything like that, but it doesn't look like it. Yeah. So I've seen boxing events. I mean, Manny Pacquiao had an event where he fought outside.
I mean, Julio Cesar Chavez fought in like Caesar's Palace was outside.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of fights in Vegas were outside for a long time. A lot of the great fights.
Yeah, so I just think the Coliseum would be a great venue to have something like that. In the future, we'll definitely check that out. But yeah, going into the UFC, we had before we talk about what happened this weekend, I saw an interesting video. I forget the exact account it was, but they're talking about who would possibly replace Dana White in the future. Did you guys check it out?
What do you mean?
Did you guys check out that video?
possibility of who can replace Dana White if Dana White has to step away.
I haven't seen that one. No, we were talking about on the right to Top Golf though. What's his name?
But
Hunter
like,
Gambo or something?
yeah, but before that, like, who was your guys' thought that would be the person to
I never
take
saw.
over it?
I never. I personally.
No.
never
Like,
thought
if just you
Dana-
personally, like,
I personally never thought Dana White would step away till he died. That's
Yeah.
why I
well, that's
asked
the
him.
thing. Like, you never know when that could happen. Not that I'm saying that nothing's wrong with him, but it's like, there's always that.
You know who I would?
Joe Rogan.
No, at one point I had thought it was gonna be Connor.
Joe Rogan.
At a certain age, he could get to that point where it's like, you know what I'm saying? It could be Connor. It could be Connor to take over this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be dope, but
Yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, who's actually able to take over. And then this week's fights.
four submissions, bro.
4 submissions. Interesting.
Was that a good fight? Was that a good card to you when you see four submissions and
I
as a
mean,
majority?
Here's
aside from
the
knockouts?
thing. The UFC fan over here, right? The UFC immortal god's going to call us casuals because we are not okay with submissions, you know.
It's not that I'm not
we
okay
prefer
with it. I prefer
knockouts
fucking knockout.
or we prefer slugfest. But as casuals,
That's
you know,
what casuals prefer, right?
yeah, that's what casuals prefer.
Shots fired.
We don't like
I like
submissions.
Shot, keep firing the shots.
Unless
The great thing is that
it's-
the casuals were really entertained if they saw the prelims, because the prelims had a good amount of knockouts too. That's the great thing. But the thing about these fight nights is that they have
it
up
was
and coming
my
talent.
daughter's birthday party, so I can.
That's fine, bro. It has nothing. There's
usually
nothing
watch
wrong with that.
again, I attended that party, so I couldn't watch it either.
Yeah, you know.
casual fans though, right? So
Yeah, casual fans won't even like
But
look
the
up
pro
the
one didn't
highlights
even
or
watch
nothing. Won't even see what happened in the
You know what I'm
fights or nothing
saying?
like
Like-
that.
Yeah, casuals,
Um,
bro.
But you know, Jessica Andrade, she caught a submission too in her fight. And this is, I believe she's also in the strawweight division as well. She hasn't moved up in fights as anything like that.
I think the hands
As
too
far
tight.
as divisions go.
Yeah, bro, that girl's. Whew.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jessica.
strawweight still.
Bruh.
And
She
that,
looks
it's interesting
nothing like
because
strawweight.
when it comes to the strawweight division too,
Right by them. Just call.
Let's go.
Wei Lee
Uh-huh.
is up next with Joanna Jędrzejczyk soon. And then we also have the champion fighter against Carlos Esparza
I
too.
call her head hematoma.
Hematoma sucks. That sucks.
Girl hematoma.
Damn, bro, that was nasty.
But she's had one of the ugliest hematomas
Yeah.
I've ever seen in my
No,
life.
you cunt.
Yeah, that
She
was
had a
nasty.
get on her forehead.
That shit sucks for sure.
She literally did, bro.
She will be back. I need to see exactly when it's gonna be. But yeah.
when he spins around and shit, and when Ryu spins around and kicks you.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know about that. She had a sonic boom on her forehead.
Your girl Macy Barber fought this weekend too, and she won by decision.
Oh man.
Interesting.
She's now 10-2.
Oh, she's fully recovered after that knee surgery.
Another
man.
flyweight.
Well,
She
she
had a
did say she
fucked
was
up
aiming to
knee.
become champion.
And that was the only decision of the night so far that I see. The preliminary card had
Fucking casual fan over there,
two
man.
We had a
Yeah,
DQ.
casual
I need to
fan.
see this DQ. That's new.
Casual fan over here. Didn't see the
In the
DQ.
preliminary
I know.
card between in a welterweight bout between
The
Dean
the
Barry and Mike
UFC
Jackson. Very,
dog
very,
over there doesn't know.
The UFC
very up
guru.
and coming
Yeah,
fighters. Right here.
exactly.
Mike Jackson 1-1. Dean Barry
He
4-2.
breathes UFC, lives UFC, he
Yeah.
shits UFC.
Yep. Yeah, and then the guy that does football doesn't even put it on the list either, bro.
It's on there. I don't know what you're talking
Oh,
about.
bro, put it on like after like.
What you
we're going away
mean,
to
bro?
Pop Off,
Live,
bro.
bro.
It's on there, bro.
Decision. Then yeah, like I said, a couple knockouts.
Hey, can you
but
put some
next week,
highlights on the
the next week that we got is we have Chito Vera, which you said you saw him on a podcast, right? On whose podcast was it?
It's Chentes.
Did he talk
Chente
about his
Grash.
up and coming fight?
Yeah.
What did he say?
Team,
He put some
he was
highlights
talking
right here?
about it in Team Gallimbo. Well, they're asking him like, how is it for him to actually, be fighting, and how is it like to be in the UFC? Because that they like to watch the UFC, they're really into it. Because what's helped Puerto Ricans get into the UFC is seeing Anuel. Like he's been promoting it, and remember I've told you guys that in the mat he has Real Hasta la Muerte. Like he pays so that's on the mat. So that's helped, basically them watch it. And then just, talking to him because he's from Ecuador, I believe, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Chito Vera is Ecuadorian.
I don't know.
I'm a casual, bro. That's why I'm
Chito Vera, yeah.
I'm checking with the UFC god, bro, to make sure that
I know, but
that I got it right, bro. So, but yeah, no, I mean he didn't give too much details, but he does seem confident.
You like
He's
the
going up
podcast?
against
Was it a
Rob
good
Font.
one?
What happened?
Huh?
Was it a good podcast?
It's from that one that I sent you, where I sent you the other
but
ones.
Did you watch it? Was it a good one?
I haven't finished it completely yet, but yeah.
Dope. UFC.
But if you want to check it out, go ahead. It's right. You already know where to go.
Bet.
Yep. So yeah, he has Rob Font next week, and then we got in the couple weeks we'll be having UC 274 where we see Charles Oliveira and Justin Gaethje. A lot of good fights on that card.
What you guys think?
we'll
Justin Gaethje gonna knock him out, or you gonna get choked out?
He's gonna get choked
Nah,
out.
bro. Oliveira got that.
You think so?
Yeah. Oliveira got that, bro.
Oh no, bruh.
Got it on lock, bro.
Yeah, I think
We're talking about a wrestler that can wrestle. He can wrestle.
I mean, he got choked out against Khabib too.
That's Khabib though, bruh.
Now it's Charles.
But Charles, do you put Charles
Bruh.
at
Bruh.
Khabib's level?
Bro, can't Charles
but I
just
think-
mount
I think he can
Gaethje
do
again,
it.
bro? Just mount
Would
Gaethje, bro, the way
Khabib
he
and
mounted
Charles ever
Corey?
fight?
No, but what he's referring to is the Dustin fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but still, like, Khabib and Charles, do you think they could ever fight? I mean, if they ever fought, who would win?
think it'd be a very interesting fight. I wouldn't give someone an upper hand. I think when it comes to wrestling, the one
So
thing
you don't think that the ground
Wrestling,
game,
bro. Or
I
Brazilian
think there's a reason we
Jiu-Jitsu,
never
bro.
saw Tony Ferguson and Khabib is
up.
because their two skill sets cancel each other out at some point.
Exactly. So they're gonna have to go hands.
Yeah.
So
And
that's
I think
my point.
Charles has way better hands.
Really, bro? This fool dropped Connor.
Connor, because he was so focused on the takedown, his eyes were looking down waiting for that takedown.
Regardless,
That's
so
what
you
he
don't
even says it
think
himself.
that Charles would
Charles,
be
who did Charles knock out
have his
before?
hands down?
Who did Charles knock out for the title, bro?
Michael Chandler.
I don't know. You're the UFC god, bro.
He just said it, bro.
He is
Damn,
the
you're
UFC
a
god,
UFC
bro.
god, bro. Now
He is,
He
bro.
is the UFC
you've
god,
been
bro.
baptized.
He's been knighted, bro.
He just knighted you by you saying
Yeah,
that when
exactly.
he did that. When he did the whole battle.
There you go, bro.
UFC
So
god.
it's possible,
So,
bro.
I
It's
like
I like that
definitely
nickname for him.
So a los
possible.
huevos. That's a lot of huevos.
But yeah, kind of going back to
Con
that
ese nickname,
first
so a los
question
huevos.
that we introduced at the beginning. It was talking about Hunter Campbell, and I've seen that name flown around so much. We've seen Mickey Maynard. We've seen the other one as well. I forget his name, Sean Shelby. But Hunter Campbell, I always saw him in tweets. I always saw him when people would be signing fights or something like "Thank you to Dana White and Hunter Campbell," and I'd be like, he just must be another person in the room. But that video gives out a lot more clarity of who he is. He's a lawyer for the UFC. He's the one that helped get UFC the Abu Dhabi Fight Island happen. He's the one that got it back to Jacksonville with fans on it when
So he's behind the scenes.
whenever Masvidal got knocked out. So yeah, he is behind the scenes. And then when they asked Dana White
But Dana
about
gets
it,
all the credit, right?
there's
He's the face, guys. Come on.
basically a interview where they ask you. Not Connor. They ask Dana about this, and Dana's like, "It's someone that you guys wouldn't know about, someone that's behind the scenes, but I know that he's capable of doing everything I do because he's already doing it. He just have a different flavor of it when it comes to being the face of the UFC. Because Dana White's like the brand, if you will, with the UFC, and Hunter Campbell's like not that, but he's definitely running things. He's
So
definitely
he's the
signing
introvert
contracts.
that's in control, bro. He's the mastermind.
I mean, I think it's also the fact that for right now, since he's behind the scenes role, once he gets that. They let him do the limelight thing, and he gets a bigger role. We'll see who his personality really is. But it's like for right now, you stay behind there.
Who's to say,
Leave
right?
it to the
Who's to say?
UFC god to tell you, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Who's
sir.
to say?
Yes, sir.
That's blasphemy, bro.
But while we were at Top Golf, having our cool fellowship moment that we had, cool kumbaya moment, whatever you want to call it, but
It
it
would
was
have been
dope.
fellowship if we would have prayed. Desgraciado, no oraron.
That was bonding.
Yeah.
Desgraciado.
We did see
Que quemen en el
we did see
infierno,
someone
pues,
get.
que llore.
You would say sent home, but they were already at home. They got eliminated. Better said.
They got sent to their beds, bro.
Ouch.
They're like, go to sleep.
Go fishing.
happened,
So
bro.
that's a better way.
So I don't
Go
know if you
fishing.
guys seen a photo of Jason Tatum and some guy that just plays in an NBA out there. That's what happened this week, or the last week and a half. We really found out that it's some Jason Tatum cat that's hooping on the Celtics, and the Olympic like team pictures that we're seeing is just another guy that just he either needs Steph Curry or James Harden and Westbrook to make it to the finals. Because without them, ouch.
KD can't make
He's
it.
getting tossed in the first, swept in the first in the East, bro. The East, dog, and you got Kyrie Irving. Ouch.
And the team is stacked.
LeBron James took Kyrie Irving to the finals every season, every year. I don't care if you even miss 20-something games because of the fucking COVID protocol. Like, for half of those games, you had James Harden. I don't know if you couldn't figure it out.
But you also got to remember they
I'ma
lost Michael D'Antoni from last year.
I mean,
So
but
they had a better offense. I mean, this year the offense kind of slowed down.
yeah, it went more ISO because they got
Yeah.
James Harden this year too. Remember, he only was there for like not
A few
even
months.
6 months.
Yeah.
6 months, bro. He went from what team was that on before?
Houston, yeah. Houston Rockets.
And then there, and then now he's with the Sixers.
Yep.
And they're almost sweeping the team that they're playing. Who are they playing? The Pacers.
No,
The Raptors.
Raptors. They're about to
They're
sweep
sweep them, yeah. They're 3-0.
So that shows you who
They
won
play
that
tomorrow,
trade.
if I'm not
Bro,
mistaken.
Ben Simmons was supposed to play this game today too. They had hyped it
Yeah.
up too, and he
now.
didn't even play.
Yeah, it's 3-2 Philly up. Game is on the 28th, which are
Hold up,
on
the Toronto.
Thursday.
Okay, that means they win both games in Toronto.
Yeah,
That's all that means. But they're supposed to
Dallas
do that.
just won today, so they're up 3-2 as well.
Yeah, because Luka Doncic just came
Golden
back.
State dropped the ball, so they're 3-1 against Denver.
But it's expected. They were supposed to lose one in Denver. I didn't expect them to win all sweep them against Denver. They're good.
Memphis and Minnesota play on tomorrow.
Yeah, they're 2-2.
Yeah, we just said that Boston's basically waiting for Milwaukee and Chicago, and they play on Wednesday.
Milwaukee could take it.
Milwaukee.
I feel like what's hurting the Bulls is not having Lonzo Ball,
For sure.
and they need another big.
I mean, they got the summer, right?
That team I was playing with them on 2K. I've played a lot of these games on the playoffs on 2K, like the Phoenix Suns. I started the series, and I thought I was gonna sweep them. In the third game, I dropped it, and then the Milwaukee game against the Bulls. I'm the Bulls, and they don't have no inside presence, bro. None.
No bench.
No bench. Nothing. Like, damn, DeMar DeRozan has to like go off, and then Zach LaVine, I can't figure him out to like really. But I feel like DeMar DeRozan. Manny?
What?
DeMar DeRozan gets like a lot of screens and gets to the rack, but if he doesn't get those screens, Antetokounmpo is blocking those mid-range shots in the game. I haven't,
Yeah, and I think that
in the game, but in actual real life, I watched one game and it was intense. I think it was game 2, and I think that was the game where the Bulls won. But
yeah, and I think what like you said, the bench is really what is their biggest weakness.
And Lonzo was coming off the bench.
Yeah, so that's
what I'm
plays a big
saying.
role.
The fact that he's not coming off the bench, and like to me, he would have been sixth man of the year if he would have played.
Yeah, easily. He could have even been most improved player and not given to John Morant. I'm not dissing John Morant.
I said that when we were out. Why the fuck? He's an MVP candidate, yo.
I think so.
Yo, the first
true.
half of the season, they were in 7th, 8th seed with the Lakers. Second half of the season, they had a stretch in the NBA, bro.
It was.
But don't you think to improve his pull from Golden State?
No. Yes, fact.
He's most improved.
He's the most improved.
Yeah.
And John Morant should have been in the MVP conversation, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely.
Not most improved. I feel like that was like we don't know what to give you, so we're just gonna give you this.
And then give the MVP to someone else.
And then he gave that to Bane, his teammate.
Interesting.
He gave the most improved
trophy
to his teammate.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
because for me, he's dominated since he's like entered the league.
I mean, I don't think he's necessarily dominated. I feel like he's definitely put himself in the category of a youngster next to Luka to look up to as like the face of the league in the next 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, no, but the reason I say dominated, not in the sense that he's like
because right here you're talking about basketball god right here.
You're a basketball god, okay. But here's what I'm trying to say, right? Is basically John Morant came in and took the Grizzlies where they weren't before.
No, the Grizzlies have always had good teams. He just was like that missing piece that put him into that like.
Nah, but before him getting there, they weren't as great.
Bro,
Grizzlies. What I would say about the
Gasol.
Grizzlies, they just didn't have that that score that this guy is right now.
Yeah, this guy can drop 40.
Like this guy. I know they had like Marc Gasol, that which is like
They
you
had
can say
Mike
both
Bibby at one point too.
both sides of the floor, but it's like this guy is just something else. Like if John Morant came like a couple years early and they had Marc Gasol, Mike Conley, and Zach Randolph, bro, that would be a championship team without a doubt.
And Tony Allen.
Antonio, exactly.
You're tripping. You know who the Grizzlies had that
Who?
fucked up?
Who are you talking about? Who?
OJ Mayo. OJ
Right.
Mayo was supposed to be a fucking
Can't even lie
shooting
about that.
guard, the next Kobe Bryant, bro. Guess what happened to OJ Mayo?
What happened?
Opiates. My boy was popping perks and like he got kicked out of the league for substance abuse.
Yeah.
So it's like I feel like the reinstatement for him came up this year, I think, or last year. But the Grizzlies they've always been sometimes at the bottom of the rankings, and they rebuild within 5 years, and then like they did that with Paul Gasol, and after Paul Gasol got traded, they got Kwame, right, and then after they tanked a little bit, and then they got OJ.
I just haven't seen them this
I mean,
high.
they traded for OJ
Yeah.
from Milwaukee because he got drafted.
But when
by
was the
Milwaukee.
last time where they were this high? Like, this high on the table?
Well, Marc Gasol and the company.
Yeah, they had 50,
Zach
55.
Randolph.
Yeah, Zach Randolph season when they had
Tony
Tony
Allen, like you
Allen.
said.
That,
But that was
team
a few
that's
years
what I'm
ago,
saying,
though.
that-
Mike
that-
Conley.
They just needed
Mike,
that one team.
Mike
that one
Conley
piece.
was that piece, bro. Was that guy for them for the longest. Then he
Yeah.
moved to Utah.
Mhm.
After he got moved because they drafted John Morant. Check that out.
Mm.
Because he's only been in Utah for 2 years, 3 years.
Something
So
like
the
that.
moment that John Morant got drafted, they traded him to Utah.
All right. But we gotta address the elephant in the room though. Devin Booker's out for a couple of weeks here. What does this mean for that Suns?
Bro,
They lost their scorer.
It's not even they lost their score.
I mean, Chris Paul can still make adjustments, but you got to rely on your other
He's too
players
small,
to score.
bro. You see how they pushing him on the floor, bro?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's got to rely on other people to score.
You know who has to step up, in my opinion, is DeAndre Ayton.
Oh, under the paint. Yeah.
DeAndre
Play tomorrow. And Crowder.
And, Crowder, I feel like he's doing his thing, but I feel like DeAndre Ayton has to step up. And what's that other dude?
Miles Bridges.
Miles.
Or Cameron Payne.
Cameron Payne.
And
No,
then-
no. Cameron Bridges. Miles Bridges. Is that who I'm thinking about?
Yeah, number 15.
Yeah, Miles Bridges has to step up,
then-
and
Hey,
then-
he's a Suns fan, bro. Remember?
What is that other dude's name with the
he would know the name properly.
Not Cam, the dude with the hair.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
Cameron Johnson.
That guy, he has to have a big game tomorrow. But I think honestly, who's the Pelicans
and they got
coach?
JaVale, bro.
Who's the Pelican coach?
I think it's still that food Gentry.
No, it's
Nah, didn't
Monty?
they fire him?
yeah, Monty.
No,
Monty
Monty.
Williams.
That's
no,
the
Monty's
Suns.
the
For the
Suns.
Suns.
He was the Anthony Davis. He created Anthony Davis. Remember, Monty Williams. When they drafted him, he was a
I
coach.
think it's
of
still
that.
Ivan Gentry though.
Wait, what was
No,
your
no,
question,
no, no,
Enzo,
no.
again?
Who's the coach of
The
Pelicans.
Grizzlies? Oh, the
Pelicans.
Pelicans. It's Willie Green.
Exactly.
He's a good coach.
He played with CP3.
Yes,
Because
and
they fired the other guy you guys were
But
but
talking
he was
about.
also. I think he
Carlos
was
Mirotres.
right under Monty Williams.
Oh, he was his assistant.
Yes.
So he already knows the system.
But I feel like the thing about him is like they're both guys that their players are playing for them.
yes.
I think this series is gonna go to 6 to 7 games.
If Zion was
Yep.
there, I think the story would be different.
Oh, of course. If Zion was there, this would have been a 6 to 5 games.
Brandon Ingram though.
Yeah, you
He's
guys
balling.
impressed with him?
He's
his
balling,
game?
yeah.
But he didn't wake up until like the 3rd game.
hmm Well, it's because he's always a spotty shooter. He's not like there's days where he has game, like he
I feel
scores a
like-
lot, and there's days where he doesn't.
I feel like he's just he has a. I feel like what his thing is, it takes him a while to figure out what team is giving what the team is giving him. Like Kobe knew quickly what the team would give him.
hmm
That's why I'm always gonna use him as an example because he's the bar. So I would always see him like quickly go to what the team was giving him. If they were playing him a certain way, he would play to that way that they were.
Yeah, he's not about to drop 40
Brandon
every night.
Ingram
It all
hasn't.
depends.
I
on
feel like
his
Brandon
teammates.
Ingram hasn't figured out his sweet spots completely all yet, but you can see where he's already starting to gather all those things when he's putting it together in certain games, and it's starting to show finally in the playoffs that he's finally made the playoffs. You know, because when they were in the Lakers, they never made the playoffs. So, and you know, it's interesting to see LeBron James tweet that it hurts him to see the you know
Yeah, he's not in
NBA
there. Yeah.
from the stands, but you know he'll be there next year or whatever. And then he's dancing on vacation and shit. I don't know, man. It just sucks. Then to be on Twitter and see him tweeting about the plays in the NBA playoffs, kind of interesting.
Now the Lakers got to show.
Did you guys see that,
two different shows?
Did you guys see that Russell Westbrook deleted everything off the Lakers?
He's out, bro.
Lakers
There's no
related.
way.
No, but it's just interesting. So quickly
From his IG.
from his IG, bro. Took
Like all the
everything down.
pictures where he had the
Everything-
jersey.
Anything Laker related has been taken down off.
Where's
of
we trading?
Where he's being traded to.
I said Westbrook.
Hey, did I say
Westbrook
that?
we trading?
I said that last week, right? What KJ had told me.
Yeah.
you said it on the group chat.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't say it to you guys.
Nah, you
Not
did.
on
That
here.
I did. I
he
said it
was
on the
almost
pod.
traded here.
Yeah, I said it on the pod. Yeah.
Yeah, he almost traded here. I
Somebody
remember
sent me this. Watch. Russell Westbrook deleted everything Laker related off his Instagram, and then his bio only says Russell Westbrook. Why not? No, I only see OKC. He's going back to OKC. That'd be crazy if he goes back to OKC.
Here's the other thing. Depending on the coach that we get, do you think that they
Okay,
can
interesting
convince
though.
him
But
to
but
stay?
his photo is still Lakers. His bio photo is still.
Here's my other question though: is if depending on the coach we get, do you think they can convince him to stay, and see if they can actually run a system with him?
Do you think?
Because yes, we hated the way he played, but we also know that the coach didn't play him the proper way.
I personally feel like he's not the type of player that thrives under other stars. He's the type of guy that needs.
He's gotta
his
be
own
the main
team.
guy?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
and he needs a bunch of role players around him.
Mm.
And do you guys think that, first of all, seeing that it's not a big three. There's no big threes anymore
Yeah.
in the NBA. Who's the big three you guys see?
Well, I mean, when this season started, it was supposedly Harden, KD.
Me, it's
and
still the
Kyrie.
Warriors, still too.
That's
The
not a
Warriors.
big three to me
The
because Jordan Poole. I'm
Nah,
gonna call
bro.
it a big three.
Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, and Draymond
Green
is not a big three.
No,
I would say
no because
I would
his
take out
numbers have
Draymond.
diminished.
I would take out
Trum-
Draymond and put in Wiggins because
No.
we were talking about how Wiggins was good.
He's
And
an
you've been
all-star.
talking
He was
about
an all-star conversation. Yes, and that's probably the last one, bro. You're right. But in the rest of the NBA, like that shit's over with. You really had to set up a team.
I don't know, bro. The Lakers had a big three, dog.
Yeah, but it's over with. Russell Westbrook's gonna get traded, bro. And then all the other decent teams only have 2 stars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually it's a big and a
the,
point guard.
The Suns, CP3 and Devin Booker.
You can put DeAndre Jordan.
He's not an all-star, bro.
Okay, I see what
So
you mean.
you need it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
CJ
he needs to win that
CJ
acclimate before we can.
Pelicans, CJ McCollum, and Bi.
Yeah.
The
But then when Zion comes back,
he
Yeah.
still has to show.
yeah.
He's a star because of hype. He hasn't done enough in the NBA to be like,
Well,
bro.
in this past 2 years, he hasn't done anything.
I mean, even his first fucking 2 seasons, he didn't even play. Not even 50
he hasn't
games.
played. He hasn't played at all.
So I think in his 4.
I'm just saying it because I know that the league was pushing a lot for him to be the next face.
Boston Celtics, Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown.
That's another one. Do you think that the Lakers would go for Jalen Brown?
No, I would want them to go after the guy that wore the Lakers jersey this offseason. And look at the numbers. Look. He fucking defended. He's a 2-way player. He defended Kevin Durant. He averaged 20 points in the playoffs, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He averaged 35 with the Golden State Warriors, bro. And in the weak ass East,
It is. I think right now.
I mean, what's worse? Get first round swept in the first round by the Boston, or sitting at home as a Laker fan watching this? What's
I
worse?
think. I think either way.
For all the KD fans, I'm just saying for all the KD fans.
that shit sucks, bro.
Nah, being swept.
I was hoping that they would at least win.
And
this
I'm
game.
only saying that because the Lakers almost got swept by the. Did we win one against the Suns?
We won 2 against the Suns.
we won 2
We're up
games.
2-1 against.
We were up 2-1, and then
AD got hurt.
and
Yeah.
that's when we got eliminated.
That one hurt though.
Yeah.
But I think the finals right now is if I could just pick a team, I think it's gonna be Warriors Celtics. I think those are the 2 teams right now that.
You think the Celtics eliminate
I
Miami?
I think no. Not only them. I think Miami's having a good game because of the. Remember, Trae Young
Atlanta
was in the play-in.
doesn't is
They
not
were
up
in
to
the-
par with Miami.
But they were in the play-in. Any team that made it to the play-in, you have to put that type of shit into chance. The ball rolled their way that game.
yeah,
They had a good shooting game. You know what I'm saying? It's a one. Yeah, so it's like they weren't supposed to be there to begin with. Could have been another team that would have been matching up better because now you're seeing that Trae Young is just too small and not enough. Like you can see why Curry got bigger and like build his body. You can see why Trae Young still needs to get to that to be that competitive and that good in the East. Cause bro, I showed you guys the clip. I showed you the clip when we were at Topgolf. What's that dude? The center guarded him. PJ Tucker guarded him, and then Butler switched on him, and it was like, fuck,
Yeah, he had
what
no
is he gonna?
supporting cast.
Nobody. He gonna swing the ball out or nothing.
No supporting cast.
I
whatsoever.
think personally, dog, it's gonna be Milwaukee. Don't knock the defending champs. Milwaukee and the Warriors in the finals. That's my opinion.
could be. That'll be either way. I think it'll be good. But the Warriors
Because-
they
is
lost PJ
Milwaukee.
Tucker, which was their lockdown guy.
Yeah, but I don't think Jimmy Butler still hasn't learned how to lead a team all the way.
Mm.
And this is why I think the Warriors are having success this year is because they're having fun. It's like, bro, we're watching Winning Time.
Yeah.
You can see when it's like, when a team is having fun and then when it's like about, fuck, like all this shit starts hitting the team,
Yeah.
it's like, it's not fun.
When
and
you're stressing out.
You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
saw it in the locker room, how they
Mhm.
try to like dramatize it, right? Imagine like the Warriors locker room. Imagine that. Just imagine like the way
Well,
that
you got to remember Steve Kern
Steve Kerr, what about him?
Well, he was trained. Well, his coach was Phil Jackson, someone who knows
Yeah,
how
but
to manage personalities.
I feel like it's totally different styles in coaching.
No, but I'm saying is he knows how to manage personalities in that sense.
I don't think so because Steve Kerr got punched by Michael Jordan. He couldn't manage that. But you piss off the goat. You get punched. That it's one of the long lists that Michael Jordan punked in his practice.
Yeah.
But I don't know, guys.
That's wild. That's wild. But tell us, Manny, how did the soccer league kind of wrap up? I know a couple of them have wrapped up, like the Bundesliga.
Well, it's not officially wrapped up.
Yeah.
The thing is that they already have so much points that they won the league early, right? So like I believe there's still a few games left for them to play, but whether they win or lose the next few games, they already won it. They've already made enough points.
They clinched it.
Yeah, to basically win it, and nobody can take it from them.
Yeah.
So that was this weekend. They played against Borussia Dortmund, and that's how they won it. If Borussia Dortmund would have won that game, then that would have made it difficult, right? Because then, Borussia Dortmund was in second place. It would have made it more difficult for them to actually, get the league. But since they lost to Bayern Munich, Bayern Munich just automatically takes it, and that's how they end up winning the league. Man U lost 3-1 against Arsenal. And Man U just looks disastrous right now. None of the players, they have no desire. They didn't play this weekend. They were just walking around. They didn't care. You just saw that they gave up, which was sad to see that. And then at the same time, I think the news of Man U this week put the news that they're getting a new coach. So that's the other thing that could be affecting the team as well, But like them knowing that, like, oh, this type of coach is coming in. I don't have a position here. They're getting the coach from Ajax, which is Eric Hantan, I believe, something like that. I'm butchering his name. I know I'm butchering his name. But yeah, they've gotten him. We'll see how they end up how they end up developing, because they're about to lose about 7 players on contracts. Like 7 players, their contracts are done, so they're about to lose those 7 players. And we'll see how they reconstruct this summer, and we'll see what they do.
Did you hear about Lewis Hamilton and Serena Williams?
Yeah, thinking of buying Chelsea because Chelsea is up for sale.
Did you hear about that?
Yes, I did hear about that.
How you feel about that?
I feel no type of way. I mean, Lewis Hamilton is from the UK, I believe. So I mean, they were critiquing him actually and saying that he was an Arsenal fan. So they were telling him, like, how does an Arsenal fan you want to buy?
Are investments.
I know, but people were critiquing him, saying like, "Hey, you're an Arsenal fan.
Investments. Put your money where your
Why are
mouth
you
is."
trying to get Chelsea? Because both teams are from London. That's the thing.
I would.
Yeah, but people are like that, man. When it comes to that,
I would look at it like he probably.
And Maury, I believe, brought it up to me that the owner from the Rams is the owner of Arsenal. So,
Yep.
I mean, that's the interesting thing when it comes to that.
I mean, LeBron James owns Liverpool.
Yeah, he's one of the owners. Yeah,
One of the owners
yeah.
of Liverpool,
What's it called? Barcelona got their 3rd loss in a row, which
Under
is very,
Xavi?
which is very
Under
bad.
the Xavi era.
It's very bad because it's 3 losses in a row. They hadn't had a 3-loss streak in a row. We'll see if they end up turning it around. But losing these points this weekend just created a bigger gap between them and Real Madrid.
What did you?
And it looks like Real Madrid is more assured to actually win the league as of right now.
What about the headline about this morning? Barcelona want Liverpool's Mohamed Salah.
Yeah, but what I mean, there's no reason
your
to
reaction
bring
on that?
There's no reason to bring them.
What is your reaction on that?
They have enough wingers as it is.
Give me your reaction.
They have enough wingers as it is.
I need
What's
some
the point?
feedback.
What I've been telling you.
What is your
through
opinion?
Through all these podcasts, I've
What
been
is your
telling
feedback, reaction, and opinion, bro?
What I've been telling you is Barcelona needs defense.
You just got him on his.
Yeah. Where's your feedback? You're done.
We're having a conversation about feedback, opinion, and reactions. So what is? I need all 3 from you right now.
It's the same shit, bro.
No, it isn't.
They're all synonyms.
No,
bro.
that's what I'm saying. Let's crack
We
it
confirmed that today.
It's synonyms.
No, we
all
didn't,
over.
bro.
Yes, we did.
Remember,
Yeah.
opinion did not have none of those words in there.
Yes, it did.
No, it didn't. Anywho,
They
feel
need
like
defense.
Brian is shitting himself over here, guys. Just hurry
They
up,
need
dog.
defense,
shit.
bro.
but
Defense is what Barcelona needs, bro.
is that what they need?
Yes.
Brian needs a toilet.
But you know what I think. The
Maybe a
best
diaper
defense sometimes is offense.
Yeah, that's what they've been trying.
That's what the Warriors.
That's what they've been
The
trying.
Warriors do.
That's what they've been trying.
The
Look at
War-
the results they're getting.
That's what the Warriors do, though. And then
They've been trying that.
I mean,
Also this weekend, Real Betis won the Copa del Rey versus Valencia
Sick.
in penalties. And Serie A is very close race between Inter Milan and AC Milan. We'll see how they end up finishing in the next few games.
We'll see.
All these leagues should be done by the end of May. And then, transfer windows begin in June. All right, you guys, thank you for being here. Appreciate you guys. Have a good one.
Have a good night.
Play good.